I want to tell you a little story that also has a point. I don't know how long the story will be, maybe short. It's from last year, last summer. I was sitting with my grandfather here on my balcony here. I asked him when he was sick. He still has this blood disease, but he's a very brave guy and he doesn't complain. He has to go to the hospital every, I wonder if it's every month to change his blood, something like that. I'm not the best listener, so I don't have the exact idea what it is. But I asked him, I knew that this was a hassle. He's doing fine, by the way. But I asked him, when you grow older, does life just get worse and worse? And he said, no. It actually gets better. And that's what I actually expected him to... That's what I wanted him to answer. Because that's what I was thinking. That when you lose yourself, when you lose things you cared about, that you thought were you, that you thought were your identity, even your health, or your leg, maybe your left leg suddenly stops working, maybe you have to cut it off. When you start losing things, you learn how to let go. So you learn how to let go of the false, the image that you have of yourself. Not gonna say whether it's false or true, but there's an image that you have of yourself, and it's false, by the way. It's false. When you lose things, something will always receive you on the other side. And we're so afraid of letting go. Sometimes it's very hard to let go. When you're jealous, or you're about to lose your partner, maybe you're breaking up, maybe there's somebody you have to say goodbye to, maybe there's someone dying, maybe you're maybe a part of you is dying, it's like a part of you is dying when you're losing something you cared about. But what happens is that you always end up as more experienced and more you get closer and closer to the real you, to the realness, to the truth of who you are, when you lose things you cared about. Because these things that you cared about, I'm going to use an ugly term here, it's just the best that I can come up with, but it's kind of a distraction. It's like it's useful, it's very beautiful, but it is in the way, it's an illusion. It's a part of this fairy tale that we're taking a part in. The world is, like Shakespeare said, a stage. And we all play parts. And we all have parts. But they're just parts. They're not you. And something, if you imagine something that you dream about having, or a person, maybe there's a person that you have a crush on and you feel that your life would be so good. Imagine how it would feel like to have that person in your life. Have that person have a crush on you back. And you might be afraid of someone else to take her or him, or just that person rejecting you. But I'm telling you that what you're dreaming about there, that's possible. You will get that. You will get what you dream about, but it may not come from that thing or person that you're imagining, that event. In fact, it's not going to come from that event. It's going to come from you. and even bigger, even deeper experiences lies ahead. And we will spend our lives figuring that out. I think that's... I'm just the 26-year-old talking. But I think we're going to spend our lifetime figuring out that. Yeah, this is wisdom that people have spoken for hundreds of years. This is nothing new. But I'm starting to believe it, actually believe it. And I probably haven't realized it as fully as some other wiser and older people out there, many. But that's why I feel like I have to get it off my heart and share it, because I truly think that's how it is. Statistically speaking, there's nothing dangerous behind our fears. Everything that doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Most people will agree about that. And as far as getting killed or dying, then we don't know. We don't know what will happen then. So that might also not really kill us. But don't kill yourself. That's an escape. There's no escape out of anything. But that's another point for another video. My point with this video was just to get that across, that things get better, according to my grandpa. And when you lose things, that's my opinion, when you lose things, then you will just become more. You think you will become less, but you'll actually come closer to who you really are.